Okay, I think at least we have two students right here, so I'm trying to start our class today. So as usual on the Tuesday, we will start cybersecurity. So we'll be doing the lab, and just letting you know, before I think I try to install the Node.js. So here will be the example, one of the language I want to simulate. And in our coming lecture, we will talk about of course before we talk about risk management. So later we will talk about some malware. Okay, in the lecture, but because I will split it in the lab, so I'm showing you one of the pretty popular one. It's called the cross-site scripting. So it's called XSS attacks. So most of our lab will just like simulate, or like I want to let you at least like see how it works. Okay, so you're not really required to implement, but in the lab exercise, I will give you the solution, give you example. So at least we will try to observe, and I will let you to have some like discussion. Okay, so what's the vulnerabilities and how can we do the prevention? Okay, how can we protect it? Okay. That's what we need to know. And of course, for more details, um, in the lecture, because I cannot really cover all the attack, or like when I go through the slides, then maybe I only can explain for certain content, and that's it. So I will try to like spend the time so to showing like how it looks like. Okay, for the cross-site scripting, so it will be XSS will be the security vulnerability, so it can allow the attacker to inject the malicious scripts into the web page viewed by the user. So his idea. So before previous lab, I give you the sample example. I tell you what's the SQL injection, or sometimes there's no SQL injection. But nowadays it's really hard to perform this SQL injection. Maybe for some high-end like more skillful attacker. Okay, may they will be able to like have an alternative way to inject the SQL. Okay. But nowadays, because all the software application, they change the pandas, so it's really hard. And for the XSS attacks, so will be like mainly they want to affect the web application by manipulating the client-side script. Okay, so they can lead to the data theft or the session hijacking or some other malicious activity. So here's the target. And why is like I try to emphasize this part? Because no matter you open our website or the mobile application, you connect to like the API, then it's possible potentially like able like to lead to the data theft. And how it really actually works, like for the XSS. Okay, so the mechanism itself, right? They try to inject a script or like some scripts through the user input field. So it's the same idea. So in our SQL injection and NoSQL, because they request the input field, right? So we need to the nobility one thing is that okay, so we will have the commands or forms existing. And then when they input, because we have some risk on our API server, so it costs. Okay, so it will affect the user execute the script unknowingly in their browser, so they have no idea. And mainly we will go through is we have three types of the XSS. And one is called the store XSS, and then it's called reflect the XSS, and then the last one is the DOM-based XSS. And since I'm breakdown in the different lab, and I will show you like how to set the environment, execute, and how can we check it, and prevention. Okay, so in the lab time, I will go through all these different type of XSS. Okay, pretty straightforward and not that complicated. for the store accesses, so what's the definition of it? So it's including the script they will store on the server and it will deliver to the user. What does it mean? So once the attacker like try to inject it, so as well how we're going to inject the script through the input field, right? So if I have a let's say I have a website and I allow the user to leave a comment, so the attacker try to inject the script, and then once they store put this script on the server, they will store it. Okay, so no matter which user access to your server API, connect to API, so you will receive the same content. So it's called the store SSS. And then the reflect SSS, so that one will be reflect off of a web server. So they will execute immediately. So this is called the reflect the XSS. And the last one called the DOM-based XSS. When we talk about the DOM-based, so it will be related to the website. So actually you have to some idea knowing the HTML, and just imagine DOM is will be like create a web page, like when you open a browser, including the header, body, footer, and then inside the body we have like different passwords. So all these like create. So if we something we call a virtual DOM, so it doesn't matter in this moment. So you just need to know like it will be like showing the content as a HTML. Okay, so that means that it has some vulnerabilities exist in the client-side JavaScript environment. So it's allow us to inject it. So here will be the kind of like summary of the three types of XSS attack. Okay, and what's the impact? Well, we mentioned about the data thief, right? So they can access to your cookie. So you will see right now lots of websites will pass out to you accept to access all your cookies or like partially or necessary cookies. Sometimes if you not allow, you cannot perform certain action, or like you cannot use the website, like enjoy the fully function. And also we have called the section token. Section including for nowadays lots of website they will like, especially when you log into an account, so you're given a session, or like when you access to the dashboard, and they will giving your access time of your account if you were like without any activity, or once you expire the session, then you need to log in again. Okay, so that's like the called the token, and also of course your some personal data, so they will be stolen by the data thief. And then the session hijacking. So for the session hijacking, it's like they can impersonate the user. So as well as say, once they're able to steal your data, one part is about your session token. Session token, it means like your login information. Okay, so nowadays, as when we try to log into your account, we are barely or we are not only just using your email, your username, and then password. Okay, so after login, they will assign you a session token. Okay, so once they store your session token, let's say your bank account, even you input your maybe your username, password, they sign in, they try to authorize, assign the session token to you. So if you need to use other servers open another page, then they will use this token. That means that if an attacker able to steal your session, then they can use it to access. Okay, that means they can bypass the login, but they can use your session token to maybe perform, let's say, transfer the money out like this. And also they can do is like malware distribution, so they can redirect the users to some malicious site, or to let you to download the malware. I'm not so sure how many of you have experience, like if you want to explore, like to me, I like to explore checking like maybe some applications. Like in my previous, like even maybe in my high school or in my college, actually, I reinstall my Windows system like almost every week. because I like to like check maybe some like forums or website. They say, okay, we have some application they already we have a called a MOD, like mold, or they modify sometimes. Okay. So once you install, they will see maybe they will unpack with the application together. Sometimes you never know. So you're thinking, okay, it's regular application installed, but sometimes they will try to inject it, and then they will override your Chrome homepage, or even worse, like connect to your Win API or all this. Okay. And for the more advanced, maybe if you later in the semester when you look at the malanalysis, then you will know more details like how the attackers like to inject or redirect you to some malicious and down in the malware. Okay, but here just like getting some knowledge. Okay, you know how it works is good enough in this moment. And before we move forward, like doing the demonstration, I would like to share some maybe some like real situation, like recap our SQL injection. So it's part of it. So they can like do the inputting side. Of course, we have more examples like um, maybe like the Yahoo, because they expose their user data and affect a lot of like hundred of million account a lot. So they need to, one thing is the reputation, like part of it. The idea why the attacker want to like destroy the server affect. One is the reputation damage and financial cost. And pretty sensitive, the Yahoo, something like, the Microsoft Hotmail Outlook, it did happen. So, and also maybe the eBay. So the attacker inject the message as script, so they will redirect the user to the phishing site. Okay. So it makes the user data was like compromised, and of course financial loss always cause, and then the trust issue. So people will like worry about, okay, am I access the correct eBay? So am I going to use eBay? Or they say, okay, we are no longer using eBay anymore. So it's gonna happen. And Twitter, so Twitter itself also have like happens too, because the access as vulnerability. So allow the attacker to post the malicious tweets. Okay, so that redirect the user to harmful site. Okay, so maybe you say I'm not doing it by myself. Okay, maybe I just go to Twitter, but because they have the some access as attack perform, and then once you go to the post, or like when you try to browse certain things, and then maybe because the stored one, maybe reflect the one or the dump, so it will redirect you to some harmful site. Okay, so it shows like maybe the access at that time like really they can rapidly spread out across the platform, especially like you see those like popular, maybe Twitter, like you can like share information. So you see if you may ask a question, okay, will all this maybe the real case, like the case happened pretty long time ago, but nowadays possible. Of course, we try to increase the security level, we try to prevent it, but you never know. One day when they try to integrate certain functions, maybe they want to provide new features, and then they forgot to give certain security protection, then it will cause the issue. So that's why like after we implement, we need to do checking, like first awareness, very important. Is a when we study cybersecurity always say, and then when we learn the like risk management, okay, so how can we know, okay, potentially how it's going to happen, and then what's the bad plan. So all these are following. So here's the knowledge, but all part of it. And all this like from the attack, always remember we need to perform called the regular security testing. Okay. We cannot guarantee 100%, like when you implement, you cannot avoid it. And especially in the company, okay, they have different teams and then individual working on the function. Sometimes you want to let your team or other teams like working together easy to access to the resources, or you try to provide some backdoors and vulnerability. Okay. And after you combine together, you forgot to remove it. So it causes the vulnerability. So we need to like scanning it, okay, and do the penetration testing, okay. We need to have some team to doing the testing, okay. And in the company, sometimes they outsource their project, part of it to some other company or some freelancer like this. Then we need to more like be careful like for the code reviews and make sure, okay, so do they secure the code practice during the development? So all these like they working together. And the other thing is like education. So at least the student like who you are like studying cybersecurity, and you will able to recognize some suspicious like behavior or links like compared with other use like other people. Maybe they have no idea, they're not aware of this, but at least you are like being educated, you have more idea, so you should be more sensitive those like suspicious behavior. Or like when you visit the link, maybe most of the time like message, email, and you will pay attention on those like looking weird, okay. Or the performance behavior, okay. And why, okay, when you see, okay, it looks not as normal, then you should like stop or turn off, like shut down your service. That's what you need to do. And right here, I just want to say, in our lab, we move on. So we are using the Node.js. So if you go to D2L, I already upload all the source code. And just like repeat one more time, because in lab I emphasize, but just like maybe not all the students do it. So just like reminding you, because we are using the Node.js, so you can download it from your from the website directly. So you can go to Node.js, their official website. I can post it in the chat box. So in case you need it, okay. And depends on your platform. Like let's say if you are using Mac, so you see, so it's like for Mac, and they have different version now. The latest one, the current version is 23.8. So you can choose the 23.8. And using the platform called the MVM. MVM is the it's called the Node Version Manager. It can help us to list all the Node version, and then you can install the one you want. Okay, of course. And after you follow all these steps, so you see like step one. So we download the NVM, and next try to add it to the shell, and then you can use the NVM to install the Node.js. Like right now, because the latest one is 23. So once you input like 23, it would be the current version. And how can you validate it? Okay. So you can, if you're using Windows, you can use the PowerShell. You have different way, okay. But if you are the Mac user, you can open your terminal, okay. Mine have different terminal. The web is integrate AI or called iTerms is pretty popular. Or if you don't have it, so you can use the terminal app. So it by default comes with Apple. So you have so many options. Okay. So if you're curious, like you are like thinking which one I'm using, so I can share a little bit. Okay. That one's called the iTerm. Okay. It's popular, but it's only available for the Mac OS. Okay. So you can install it. So we can download and install it. Or the another one is like it's pretty popular for the user. So if you going to use it, it's called the web. Okay. And lots of people compare with it, and this one is called intelligent terminal. So right now they integrate with the those like AI. Okay. So even you just like give a natural language, like you asking to perform certain action, so it can help you to do that. But this one usually like using in lots of company, and you can download for your Mac. So of course, hopefully if they are released on the Windows, then you can use it. But unluckily right now in this moment, they're only available on the Mac or Linux usually. So I'm waiting for it. So if you're the Windows user and if you want to, then I wish it will comes out. Okay. And here's the basic for the terminal and the environment. So at least I want to make sure of you have let me exit this one. I'm not using that. Okay, let's say when I'm using the web. Okay, so if you install it, follow all the steps. We already installed, so if you use the node and then check the version, okay, so you will see, okay, it comes out. But right now, what I have using like for the using one is the 23.8. Of course, if I want to switch it, then I can change it using it, or like if you can check the version NVM current. Okay, so it's a current version. And when you install it, it comes with npm, so you can check your npm version. So of course, like with the older version of Node, and then your npm version also will be older, because npm is the Node package manager. Okay, because when we doing in the lab, so it requires we need to install certain package. Okay, so but we start with the basic stuff in running the server, and maybe we need to install certain production method. Okay, and right now I would like to switch it. So I already upload all the XSS different types of tag. Okay, and let me change the location folder. Okay, so I will start with the first example. So I will show you the source code. Let's see. MT. No, let me try to access my previous files. I'm able to open this. Um, I think I'm experiencing some like technical issue right now, so it looks like pretty long. I'm not sure about maybe the network or like because mine is still on the cloud, but it looks like it's not working in this moment. So let me see if I can access. I will stop sharing my screen in this moment, and let's see I can release some um bandwidth, and then let's see if I can get it. So if you have not yet installed it, then please install the Node.js, and I already uploaded the zip file, so hopefully it should be working, the zip file. So please check and download it. So make sure your zip file is like working in this moment, and then once you unzip it, then you should have a file. So all of them are pretty small files, and you should able to download it. But mine is takes pretty long time. I cannot access it in this moment. Okay, so let me stop um my screen, and then let's see if I can access it. In this moment, I cannot open it. If you're following on my lab, I would like to see if you can you try to download it and please let me know if you are able to open the source code. And I don't, well, now let me double check. Okay. Feel like because my previous card I'm doing the mail analysis and after I'm setting, I feel like my system is not working normally. Okay, I try to re-download it and let me share my screen one more time. Okay. For the file, I think I have some issue, but it won't affect that much. Okay. Let's see. My Windows Studio equals. Suppose because I check the file and I open it, you should able to see the source code. And let me try to open one more time. Okay. Let me try to open it individually. Okay. Okay, finally my networks comes. Okay, it comes back normally. Okay. And I would like to show you this part and what do you need to do because like maybe you struggling and let's say okay I have no idea what should I do, I don't know what are you doing like something like this, or like I have no idea about Node.js, I have no idea of what are you actually doing in this moment, right? Okay, So don't worry about this part. I'm not teaching you a new language, and but I say at least as a basic, if you're learning cybersecurity or if you are trying to learn some programming, okay. So you will see something new to you, okay. Maybe you have no idea what's doing, but at least for demonstration, I'm not requiring you, okay, you have to write it by yourself. I will tell you what are we going to use, and also I just want to show you, okay, if we build a server, then what is the vulnerability, then how can we prevent it? So I will give you the source code, okay? So you don't have to say, worry too much. Say, okay, I don't know, what should I do, okay? So start with the beginning, for set up the environment. So let's say I want to, right now I download my full file right here. So this file is under the this folder. Okay, so I need to start my npm project. Okay, so I can install necessary package. Okay, because you're from the sample example, you see the require express. So express is one of the package to help us to create the API server using the Node.js. And let me see the current location. So current location will be right here. So let me see if I can open the folder right in this part. Okay. Yes. And to create the terminal. And this one is the first one. Okay. So of course you are free to use the VS Code or sometimes use the terminal directly. So either way is fine. Okay. So when we need to start a project, so we will use the npm install. And before we install the necessary package, we always start a project. Then how can we start a project? So we start with the initialize. Okay. So when you press the npm initial, and you can pass a parameter, yes, everything will be by default. But if you're not pass the parameter, then you need to input all the name. But I do it faster. So it will create everything. Okay. So it will if you didn't pass a parameter, yes, then you will need to input like what's the name, what's the version number, what's the main entry, and then like what's the keyword, authors, all this information. But this one is I doing for the demonstration, and I'm not really teaching the programming, so that's why I just pass it quickly. So if we're interested, and then if we like to know this program language called the Node.js, like based on the JavaScript, and then like how can you create more stuff, then of course feel free to study more. Okay. And right now under this directory, so you will see I create the call package.json file. Okay, so this package.json file so will be the same. So all the content saved right here. And then the next step I need to install. We need to create this like as a sample endpoint, and mainly we will simulate. Like after we create everything, you can use one of the application called Postman using word browser to test it, and then we will pass the just example. We try to pop out the script, alert script, right? And right now, after we see the result, then we'll see the pops out when we open our browser. So we see how the ingest script affected. And of course, I will give you some prevention techniques, like of course, like we also handle with the content or some content security policy, so CSP. So we can define which scripts are allowed to run, or like sometimes the headers, and or like sometimes like some other techniques will be like using HTTP only, or with a secure thread. So they only set the thread on the cookies, so we can prevent the access, or we try to validate our input. And one of the method you see, we call the centralizing the user input, or whitelist the acceptance input. So we're going to do. And okay, so slightly ideas, then that means what should we do? And right now, in this moment, we already start our project, and next one we use the npm install. And when you every time when you see some required library like or framework, and we are not included, then we do it like express. And as a basic will be enough like this. But of course, I want to save it like sometimes for the project, I want to install it, share it to everybody. Then I can save it as a dependency. So I will like pass it npm install express and then save. Okay. And after you look at it, you will see the differences. Right now, the package.json, right now, the files, you see it comes with the dependency express, it comes with the version, and you will see there's a folder called the node modules. Okay, it comes lots of things. Here's the reason, because we don't like to share, upload all these modules. Like first, when you need to like ship it or upload it, you need to pack it one more time. Okay, it will waste your storage and consume your time. So that's why when we sometimes share the project, I will give you the package.json, and then also the source code. After you use the npm install, then you can compete. So I would like to demonstrate, let's say for the new folder called testing. Okay, and then I would like to copy the package file and then one source code from here to another folder. Okay. So I would like to switch to my destination to go to testing. And then because I have npm install. Okay. So once I execute the npm install, so it will automatically download all required node package. And mainly we care more about the express. So you see the express right here, and then we can start our server. Okay. Then when let's move on our source code. So I would like to like encrypt all the content. So first, this one I'm not going to use some like encryption and then like URL encoded. So in the beginning, I will like to just like push it like this, and then I will keep the endpoint. Okay. Here. Okay. So if you look at the structure, so I will have I'm trying to start the server, and you need to like comment the safety secure like right here. So you see the one I give you a comment like called the vulnerability endpoint. So I have a post. So if I want to post it, so user can save it to the server. So I will. So this one will be one of the example. We say we store access. Okay. And of course, we'll getting the content. Okay. So right now will be like this. Then how can we start a project? So you can using like node or like npm start. So either way is okay. So if we have the project starting point, maybe this one I want to like execute one by one. So I can use the node and then week 7 1.js. So you see this one pops out server running on the local host 3000, right? So next step, open your browser, localhost, and port 3000. So you will see a page. Leave a comment and then enter your comment and then submit, right? And we are testing using the script. So I give you the demo script right here. So passing a script. So we can copy this script and put it. Okay. So once you press submit, you will see a pop-up alert SSS attack. Okay. Okay. So this one is at least you should able to follow and able to complete all this step. Okay, let's say go back and then this 1, 2, 3 submit. Okay, so if you put your comment like just as usual, you will see the comment like this. But if I'm putting a script and then post it, so it will come out the alert. So mainly if you have no idea, mainly is the alert. So we will see that pop out. Okay, so you see we will pop out the alert. So this one like for the HTML the JS script. So for alert will be the box like this. So if sometimes when you have an input error somehow, so you receive the alert, right? So this will function, and you will see the differences. Is right here we try to put a script. So this one is the JS script. So if you do the inspection and check the source code, sometimes when you look at the header of our, let's say our Node.js web page, and then we'll link with some devices like script right here, JS script. So it does the same idea. So here's one of example, and then the next one, and I would like to open. So it would be the XSS. This one is called the W2. So we will store it. So I will comment this part. Okay. Because I understood maybe when you need to set up and you need to test, then it may take some time. So I just like quickly show you all different server, how it looks like. And it's a follow up, then you can try to do it by your own. And actually there are two assignments coming out, so I would like to, because we don't have enough time, so let me run the second one. Okay, copy this part. So this one is another server. So this one, it looks like different. So I have a welcome, and then I give a query. So if I send a query, maybe just a regular one is called, I'm not passing the script. Okay. So this time I just like passing a content like this. So I get a result. But if I pass it as a script, so you see, I will give you a message. SSS. Okay. So maybe I change to SS tag. And it will look like this. Okay. So it's a vulnerability. Of course, I give you the solution. How can we prevent it? And I will tell you later. So this one called reflected. So that's why we will just like showing. So after we post the query, so it will show the result. So that's why you call that reflect XSS. So this one will like return it in a response directly. Okay. And of course, we can have some method and the same idea, maybe change to plain text. And then one more, we have the called the DOM base. Okay. For the DOM is like it will save in the content. So let me demonstrate one more. Okay, so this one, and let me change it. Okay, for the DOM base, I will keep the server. Let me stop this one and start our week 4. So this one is the 4 first go. Okay. And the mainly because I in the content we will try to load in the if we show example and they give a user, and when we get the element output and we'll inject it, so called the vulnerability. And I will change a little. Even though you say all of them they were localhost 3000 because I run it separately, but if you want to like test all of them together within the same time, then you maybe change their localhost, their port number. Okay, if you want to run 3 of them together, then maybe you can change one 3000 and 3001, 2, 3 like this. You can change your port number, so it's fine. Okay, but if you are testing one by one, then it will be fine. Okay, so let's say if I keep the vulnerability, and if you execute, we try to like add the dash, we try to add the element. Let me change it to this. Okay. Right here. Okay. So if I run the new server in the beginning, it should be empty. But if I pass the script, so you see like it will adding to your content message. Okay. But the main interoperability because the right here, because in the DOM, and then we try to get the output and then get the passing value. So that's why it caused the interoperability. So if I pass the script, it show. Then what's the problem? Like if for the DOM it injected. If I want to redirect you to another website, then you will see. Okay, so if you go to some trustable or like some official website, then after it be attacked, okay, inject with the SS attack, then if I add the hyperlink or URL, say, okay, click on this to download file, click on this to access or the payment. Once you click on the link or like click on the content, then you will like maybe some section being stolen, your personal information being stolen. Okay. So there's like three mainly the three attacks. Like store actually I give you one more, it will be the same. And then how can we prevent the attack? So I will start with the like kind of like basic one. So back to our first example. And right here, we can do a really simple way to prevent is adding the escape or like change it to plain text. So either way will be okay. So let me comment this part, the one content with the noble endpoint. And then I will change it with the escape with this part. Okay. And let's like check it one more time. So I will cancel the server. Okay, so one now is running on my local host. And let me go back to localhost and keep the script. Okay. Okay, so back to our first one, right? So if I want to leave a comment, and this time I will pass the script one more time, and you will see it doesn't pop out the alert, but I will save it as a content. Okay. And the reason why, because this time when we get the input, like when we try to pass the post it, right? So we will pass it through the function called the escape HTML. So actually we try to do a center line and or like change to plain text. So we try to replace those like special character to you maybe when you look at the website and we replace it, like let's say for the and sign, actually we have a longer pattern to represent an and, or like with the left arrow, right arrow, or like double quote, single quote. Once we replace it, so they will change the input to a plain text. So that's why we call it sanitize or like change the endpoint. Okay. But of course, like for the second one, I do have one. So I need to use another library. So in case that let's say in this one, I need to use the called the HEP. Okay, this one is and then to help us to protect them that we fed. So I can, and then this one have a similar function, like instead writing the our own function, it can provide the extra. So you can use the escape and then pass the query. So it's the same, but for this time we need to using the npm install the here. So if we need to use it, and then I can save it. So after you complete, so it's done, and then I will restart my server one more time. Okay, 2. Okay, so this time let me pass the testing script. Okay, so you see this time instead of popping out the alert, I will just like send it as a regular content. Okay, so here's the same idea. So we try to convert it like using escape function to like change it to plain text so it can like show. as a regular content. So that's why we can avoid it. Okay. And then the last one, let me change it. Okay. Okay. So right here, I'm not thinking anymore. So what's the difference? Why you see when I pass the content like with the content and then with a palm size and then the value in the beginning, why I have an injection and content, but this time it doesn't exist. So mainly will be the differences right here. If you compare, so maybe event listener is like when I load it, once I try to get the content, I will assign like this a tag like element by ID. So by the content right here, original HTML page. So the ID will be right here, right? Got output, and then when I get the output, I will put the value. Okay, use it right here. But if I not to like protect it, and in case I sometimes when I pass it, I just save it and then it will like add it to the inner HTML. So I change it instead of like change the inner HTML, I change to text content. So I only like put it as a text. Then I can prevent the access as a tag. So here will be the quickly go through all the steps. Maybe when you're watching and you will maybe need some time to follow and install it, execute. Okay, so because all this video is recording, so you can try to follow step because maybe I'm doing too quick or too fast. So you feel free to ask me like in the next lab, and you have difficulty, then please let me know. And as a summarize, because like later I will post like more likely a lab, or you need to make a screenshot like testing it like before and after, and give me a slightly a discussion. Okay, so what did you observe like from this exercise? Okay, then pretty straightforward. Just like tell me what you kind of like learn, or like how this protection work. So this is what I say. Okay, so you can study a little bit, and this kind of like almost the lab. So and then next one, I would like to talk about your new assignment, because I need to let you know earlier. So I know you were submitted, and the previous assignment you are doing should be your the IM. So you should able like, to answer based on different situation, based on different situation, and then what kind of numeric and symbolic representation like for this. Like remember, follow the format 4 digits for the numeric and 10 letter for symbolic. Okay. If you don't follow it, for sure I will do the half of it, because it's one of the requirement, and they're pretty straightforward. Okay. There's some question maybe ask you using the special bit, so you need to study. And for something like very ambiguous, just using the least privilege. Okay, design. Okay, never give a higher, like if you say I didn't mention anything, and then you give me like 777, then it not using the highest privilege. Always like make sense and using the least privilege. Okay, if I just require for reading, so just giving an R or 4, then will be enough. Okay, try not to give like 7 like this. Okay, and most of the situation, because I of course for file SS we need to documentation meetings, so we need to give a publish. So sometimes it's just like good enough and make sense will be okay. So I'm really like picky. Okay, why are you giving 4 instead of 5? But it makes sense. It's good enough. And for the new assignment, I already posted. I want to give you like enough time, so that's why I try to mention before we move on to our coming lecture. So we'll cover different type of malware, right? So I would like to let you like if you need to write at least it's more like a short essay. So you need to pick one of the malware. Okay, so you can choose one of it. So you can choose, and then maybe because in the discussion. So you need to like introduce what is this one, and then maybe slightly background information. Okay, and then tell me like how it really actually works, and then at least share one like actual case. Okay, so when you choose it and how it will actually like what kind of happens, attack, damage. Okay, how it looks like, and then what's the vulnerability like, analyze it. So what happened? So you can give me some discussion like about the technical weakness and like what's the how can we like how it works, like maybe some configuration, help human error, like this security policy. So after we discuss this attack, of course, we will always say the most like important is like for increase our awareness. So what is the prevention? Okay. So preventive like measures after study. So what kind of things you will recommend like well, maybe when we discuss about our risk management, so how can we do the detection response? What the strategy we are using? So right here, so it will more like combine what you learned before, and also maybe for long-term protection, do you recommend anything like this? So just like as a submit it. So if you try to give some citation, this one is not really a strict, really like say essay, you need to really like format, but at least try to follow the, if you try to have some citation, of course, I try maybe using the program to system to check your submission. And if you have some certain citation, you can use either like APA format, IEEE, either way is okay. I'm not restrict you, and then submit it as a PDF format. I'm not really ask you like writing really long essay, around 1,000 word, less than that. It's like good enough, then you're okay. Okay, so this one will be the assignment, and you suppose we have a month to complete it. So that's why I want to let you know earlier and post it earlier, so you will have enough time to do it. And within this time, we have a small lab exercise like this. So I just like make sure you are like able to follow all this lab and don't fall behind. So I will post it as a lab. So after Thursday, I'll post like your first lab. So you can, well, maybe not everyone watch it. So I will give you sufficient time. So for coming few labs, because you need to run, execute, and I will try to give you enough time so you can try and just give me some discussion. It's good enough, okay? So you can make a screenshot like before, after, and then give me the discussion or like what did you observe, then will be okay. So it will be a short lab exercise, just showing your like participation, like working in the class, okay? And that's it for today's lecture. And for the rest, if you're following me, try to install the Node.js, try to execute the program, then you can ask me a question if you have difficulty. If you have no question or you want to like do it by own, then of course feel free. You may leave anytime. So I will see how many you stay. If you have no other question, I will finish our class right here. Okay, good. So if without any question, then I will stop the sharing and our meeting right here. Thank you.